what's up you guys? It's your friend Maria here, and I want to welcome you guys to the family. And if it's your first time with me, I want to send a personal invitation for you guys to open up your minds, because the more you evolve, the more your world evolves. So thank you for joining me, and let's get started. So kind of how I even got into wanting to create the channel was through my journey in personal development, even this past year. Because this past year was when I truly really launched my journey in developing myself inside and out in my own reality. But throughout my entire life, I've always seeking to get better, and I'm always kind of seeking outside of just my environment or community, because I always felt like there was more. And especially through challenges in my life in different areas, and especially when you're young or you're a kid, it always feels like your life is outside of your own control. This is why I kind of wanted to gear this whole channel to more of the youth, to really give you the skills to truly understand and know and unleash your potential. That's why this first video is on mindset. Mindset, I really wanted to focus in on this specifically before we even got into different things I want to get into with you guys. If it's mindfulness, emotional intelligence, how to deal with certain situations, introducing new ways to look at things in your life. And mindfulness is key in any form of change, because no matter if you want to get better or develop in a certain area, it all starts with your own beliefs, your belief system. Mindset is vital in any form of change that we desire in our lives, because just think about it. Why do you think people say that the poor get poorer and the rich get richer? It all stems from mindset, but it's something that people don't really talk about a lot. And it seems that those that are rich, I don't just mean financially, if it's rich in, health, relationship, accomplishing your goals and sticking to it, and also financially. And it's something that people that are wealthy in that aspect, they understand, and taking advantage of the greatest asset we possess, which is our mind, that maybe some of your peers or people in your community may not even talk about or understand, which we'll get into the video about what it really means to develop your mindset. Always from a young age, that was something, maybe not mindset specifically, but how to grow. I've always felt like there was something more out of life than just what I was seeing around me, and not letting circumstances or people control how I think, how I feel, and how I act, and saying, oh, this situation happened and it made me feel this way, and so I didn't do that thing I said I wanted to do, or why am I feeling so upset and mad over and over? But you have so something I kind of want to start off today with you guys is a story to get into our mindset and beliefs. So there's a little story on two kids that were both in class one day, Ruth and Eric. Ruth and Eric were both assigned a big public speaking project for their class, except they both had two very different reactions. Ruth was filled with nervousness and couldn't bear standing up in front of the class and felt like she was going to make a fool of herself. And Eric, on the other hand, he was so happy. He was full of confidence and was excited to build and work on his public speaking skills and be able to add some value to his classmates. And so what happened was that the next week was the big public speaking event that they had for their class. And it turns out Ruth went up with fear and was nervous like she expected, was stumbling through her words, didn't even go through with the full speech that she had, and never wanted to get up in front of people to speak ever again. And then Eric, on the other hand, he went up with full confidence, and he blew it at the park. And he was happy and engaged, and then the classmates were engaged because he was engaged. And he was so grateful for the opportunity to do so. What's interesting is that I'm sure you've seen people like this go through this on both ends of the spectrum. You've seen people like Ruth. You've seen people like Eric in your class, or maybe you relate to one of them, right? But the thing to notice was their mindset from the beginning, before the presentation, and after, during the presentation. See, the difference between them wasn't that one had more talent, one had more ability, right? But it was their mindset. See, Eric had a growth mindset, and Ruth had a fixed mindset. And this is something we're going to talk about later in the video, but it's important to pay attention to that in your reality and even within yourself. You see that the difference between two people, one person with a fixed mindset and a growth mindset, is that what you'll notice with some people with a fixed mindset is that they believe that their talents and intelligence are fixed traits that are set at birth. One is just naturally more talented than the other, whether that's, picking up, if it's reading, if it's picking up a skill, if it's playing the piano, if it's remembering names, if it's playing a sport, whatever it is. But then someone with a growth mindset believes that their talents and intelligence are malleable traits, which means they have the power to change it, that will develop with disciplined practice. And something you'll notice with a fixed mindset like Ruth is that they avoid challenges, they give up in the face of obstacles, they view negative feedback from others as criticism when it could be useful in your development in what you want to do, right? And even being threatened by the success of others. And also seeing that effort doesn't have value when mastering something, or it's pointless, really. With this, someone with a growth mindset, which is something I've been developing myself here, like really going in deep from having a fixed mindset to having a growth mindset. And so with this, it's seeking or embracing challenges when they come up and not seeing it as something that's in your way, but a learning opportunity. Also, persisting in the face of obstacles, knowing that it's essential to the process of growth, that failure or little mishaps are part of your development to grow in whatever you want to do, right? And so expecting it. Sometimes things don't always work out the way you wanted, but to keep moving forward. People with growth mindset see effort as the important aspect of mastery. They are inspired by the success of others. It's like, it's an opportunity for me to do it. We're all human. And so if someone else can do something that I want to do, I can do it. I can do it if I have disciplined practice and getting better. Someone with a growth mindset takes advantage of feedback that may seem negative, not just viewing it as criticism, oh, that person doesn't like what I did or they have something against me, but really looking at it, analyzing not from an emotional standpoint, but seeing it, maybe they have a point, but I should really take advantage and understand where they're coming from if I know that that person has the best intentions for me, that they want to see me get better, that they're not trying to hurt my feelings or whatever it is, right? So it's just having a different viewpoint of the same situation. Just like Ruth and Eric, they have the same situation but a different viewpoint, right? And part of why understanding mindset in itself is something I want to share a quote from an author. I read his book, and also throughout this channel, we're going to go through some books that even I've read this past year, so that as long as I'm growing, I want you guys to grow as well. Because I know that my existence is greater than myself, and so if I'm learning things and I keep it to myself and I die, what does that do for the next generation or for the world to come? So putting this content out, sharing it with the youth, so that our generations to come, they come with a new mindset to really develop our world. I may not know to the extent that start and build upon it is my goal, and working along the way to whatever comes. So the quote that I want to share from Dr. Dave Martin, after reading his book 12 Traits of the Greats, something he talks about. He said, Dr. Dave Martin said in his book, in 12 Traits of the Greats, the way we see life determines our interaction with the thousands of experiences and opportunities that life sets before us. In other words, our thinking shapes our life. But nowhere is this principle more important than the way we view ourselves. The way we view ourselves will shape everything about us and set us on a course that is almost irrevocable. In fact, no human being can change the direction of his life until he first changes the way he thinks about himself. So even in my journey, though I want to reach certain goals or see different changes in my life and my reality, whether it's relationships with friends or family, if it's work or if it's whatever comes about, I first have to have that internal change and confidence within myself and change the viewpoint I have of me. So if I'm always saying, oh, I'm not good at this thing, I can't do that thing, will I ever accomplish the goals that I want to achieve with that mindset? Just think about it. If you tell yourself you're not good at something and you're trying to get good at it, you're never going to reach your full potential. That's why, people with a fixed mindset, when they continue to see the world the way that they do, they achieve less than their full potential. And eventually, as a result, they believe that their life was determined outside of their own free will, right? A lot of times, you'll notice you may notice within yourself or people in your community or people around you saying that, oh, I didn't accomplish this thing, or said I didn't do what I said I was going to do because, this person did this, or this circumstance, or, I lost my job, or someone backstabbed me, or whatever it is. If you let your circumstances change. If you let your circumstances determine how you act, you are never fully in control of your life. And that's different from someone with a growth mindset. Someone with a growth mindset, because the way someone with a growth mindset views the world, they achieve even higher levels of achievement and success than other people in their life. And through continuous repetition of the way they see the world and view themselves, they have a greater sense of awareness and control of their free will in their life. So they know. It's interesting, when I even realized that I was responsible for my life, I was responsible for my attitude and my actions, that when I finally understood and took control of that responsibility for myself, it actually gave me some peace, that I can do anything that I want to do. I'm not saying I'm going to rob someone or do that, but it's like, let's say I want to gain or lose a few pounds or get fit or whatever. If I say, oh, the gym's closed, oh, that's why the gym is closed whenever I'm off from work, or when I'm off from school, or oh, I'm too tired, and just say, oh, the gym schedule is always off from when I want to do it. I am making excuses for myself. I am in control. If I really wanted to achieve my goal, I would, do workouts at home. I'd find opportunities. If I truly cared about the outcome of my life and the health of my body, I would make it a priority, because I know I have control over it. It doesn't matter if a gym is there or not. With this, I want you guys to think, which mindset do you see maybe the majority of your family or peers may have? Do they have a fixed mindset? Do they have a growth mindset? Because I know even growing up, parts of me, I did have a fixed mindset, but also I was seeking the growth aspect. But until I truly understood what it meant, people always say, growing up, to think positively, but it's not like an off and on thing. You don't just sometimes have a fixed mindset, you don't sometimes have a growth mindset. It's a choice to have a growth mindset, or to think positively of yourself or the world. It's a choice to think negatively and have a fixed mindset. It's true, it's a choice. People you may see, or even yourself, that are complaining about things in our life, or things just never work out the way it is, they're choosing to see the world that way. Like right now, I'm trying to develop my reading speed. Maybe I'm reading 200 words a minute, and that's around average, a little below, you know what I'm saying? But, reading books and growing myself is very important to me. And so if I can get through more and apply what I'm learning, and if that means I can increase my reading speed twice as much, let's say it takes me an hour to go through a section of the book each day. But if I can increase my reading speed by twice as much, I save 30 minutes a day. And if you save 30 minutes a day, 365 days in a year, think about how much time you have then, and how much time you have to even go through more material. That's kind of, what I'm working on with time and disciplined action to get better and grow at anything that you want. It's as simple as that. Maybe you've heard some people in your life saying, I don't know, maybe even yourself, you're driving on the side of the road and you're passing by these beautiful houses, right? You're like, oh, I want to live there someday, and just imagining, your pool or kitchen or bedroom, I don't know. But, along with paying attention to your language, something you'll notice is that, people saying, oh, I wish I could own a house like that. Oh, I wish I could have a job like that. But with that language, they're insinuating their own personal doubts, their internal beliefs in themselves that they never will. You don't think about it consciously, but that is what's happening. And it's just crazy to think about. The thing is, these statements are true not because they're impossible to attain, to become financially wealthy and to, have your dream car, your dream house, your dream job, dream business, whatever it is. It's not that it's impossible to attain. It's just that the mindset and the belief system of the people who said it made it true. And the only difference between the person living in that dream house and the people wishing they had the dream house isn't their talents or intelligence. It's their mindset. their belief system. That's the only difference. And that's why it's so vital to understand mindset and understanding the power that you have with this right here, in between your ears. And you've probably heard the quote one time by Henry Ford: if you think you can do a thing or you think you can't do a thing, you're right. And it kind of like ties in with everything we've been talking about there. And Henry Ford, one of the greatest entrepreneurs and inventors in history, and he realized that one's mental attitude truly shapes their life. Now, to kind of tie it into applying it into your own life, I have a job for you guys, decided to, continue work on it myself, as I still am. No person is a finished product. There's no such thing. It's all a journey, and it forever will be. You will never know everything, right? What I want you guys to do, starting, right, I don't care if it's 12:01, 11:59 p.m., I don't know. I just want you guys to start developing just unshakable belief in yourself. Believing in yourself even when no one else does. Even your parents, even your siblings, even your best friend. I don't care. Believing in yourself. Because no one will believe in you until you believe in yourself. Believe in what you feel called to do. I'm not saying it's going to be an overnight transformation, just like you weren't born out of the womb with a negative mindset or a fixed mindset. It is something that developed. So it's something to develop over time with the growth mindset, and to look at yourself in a positive way. Even if you have to get up every morning, every night, saying an affirmation to yourself that I am good enough, I am smart, I am great, I have potential, I can get better. And some things even that I did as well, notice the qualities and the traits that I had that were good, things that I was proud of, and things that I did was I paid attention to traits that were special about me. And maybe it's I talk to people well, or people enjoy my energy, at least for me. And whatever you notice within yourself, if you notice that people tend to compliment you about a certain area of yourself a lot, that is something, a little gift that was given to you that was supposed to be used for something great, what you're called to do. And to recognizing that, and even just paying attention to that, what are you just naturally good at, right? I just want you guys to kind of start there if you like to, go on this journey with me right now. And for the next week, just pay attention to your language, the way you think to yourself, the way you speak, the way you act. If you notice yourself thinking or talking negatively, catch yourself. Acknowledge it. Don't just be like, oh, I messed up, right? It's all a journey. It's all a journey. And you only fail when you stop trying. Remember that. It doesn't matter how many shots you miss. You can miss 1,000 shots. I don't care. You only truly fail when you stop. When you stop playing the game. Right? This next week, just pay attention to that. Acknowledge the negative words or the way you're speaking to yourself or actions. Acknowledge it and replace it with the positive version of it. So if you notice yourself saying, no, I'm not good at soccer. No, I'm not really good at that little kick, or I don't know how to paint or how to draw. Say, I don't know how to paint yet, but I'll work on it. I'll try to get better. Not try, but I will take disciplined action to develop, and know that any obstacle is just part of the process. You're failing forward to success. Failure is in the pathway, in the journey towards your success, and whatever it is. Whatever it is. I know there's something great in you. I know there's something great in me. I know there's something great about even your next door neighbor. It's just really unleashing that for what it's meant to be used for in the development for yourself and the world, right? Just like me sitting here talking in front of camera, talking with you guys to grow each other and develop ourselves. And this is just the first video, but I really wanted this focus to be on our mindset. Just be intentional every day. Be intentional every day. The key part of it is staying consistent, being intentional every day, being conscious of yourself, the way you speak, the way you think. It's not always going to be perfect, and just being patient with yourself even when you fall short, because you only fail when you stop trying, when you stop playing the game. So I really do thank you guys for sitting with me through this time and just talking with you guys. I love this opportunity. I really can't wait to get going and get to know all of you, and let me know what it is you may be be challenging with, or what you may want some videos on, or what to work on. Of course, I have some ideas of my own, but I'd love to hear from you guys. And make sure you like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell to see other content like this, and you always see the post when I come out with a video. So this was so much fun. I'm Maria, in case you forgot. I don't know. And I can't wait to see you. I really do thank you guys, and to end the video, I just want you guys to kiss your heart and kiss your mind, because they are the most valuable assets you have, your mind and your body. Alright, so please have a wonderful, blessed day, and we'll talk soon.